So the question was, did you coach your actors in how they deliver the dialogue? Because it seems kind of
you said stilted, which I don't find. Of course, when you stage an ancient Greek drama, it has its own rules and its own acting. And it was actually a troupe of actors in San Diego which staged it for me, and they influenced much of the style of what you see on stage. Otherwise, what you see of Brad McCallum and Ingrid and Willem Dafoe and others who look here, it is not stilted or so. Of course, it is stylized, but I like to do that, and it's a different way of acting that you would possibly, I think, potentially expect. It doesn't really matter. I think we have great performances here, and we have wonderful actors, and I've been privileged to work with them. Yes, there was always clear and very focused guidance. But I've done it also in Bad Lieutenant. It's always, but sometimes the style has to be different in what you are doing.
Thank you, Mr. Herzog. Did your executive producer, Mr. Lynch, have an influence on the scene in the snow with the sharp person in the tuxedo? Because it seems so Lynchian.
Of course not. No, not Lynchian, Herzogian. I made a film with an entire midget cast back in 1968. Lynch, I guess, was not even born yet. I love this scene, and I love the moment of standstill. This is something completely bold and wild, and I hadn't even planned it, but it occurred to me they should stand still and look at the camera and hold it. It's actually the very pivot of the film. It's exactly the center of the film. Hold us there until the song is over. And you do not see that often in Hollywood movies.
yes. You stand up. Project.
For a film where obviously insanity is at least a central character, shall we say, I'm wondering from the script, the shooting, and the editing stage, how you balance the coherence with the incoherence. As an audience, what you would give us versus what you would sort of hide from us so that it would be up to us to realize that we don't know what the hell's going on.
I do believe that the film is coherent from the beginning to the end. I think I have not made a film as disciplined in storytelling. There's such a precision in telling the story that after a while you don't even notice anymore that I'm narrating much in flashbacks. It's very, very precisely guided, and in my opinion, it's probably my most coherent narration of a film. And you see, if there are elements in it that are inexplicable and mysterious, even for me, it doesn't really matter. That's the beauty of poetry. That's the beauty of cinema. That's the beauty. Otherwise, we would have the accountants standing here and telling you about bookkeeping.
Two more questions here. Yes, sir, in the white.
There's a lot of humor and a lot of tragedy mixed together. So did you start out wanting to play one way or the other, or did you always want like double-edged side?
There's a lot of humor and tragedy in this. How do you start out with it? Where did you kind of find direct or balance it?
Humor, sometimes I sense there was some form of humor in it which I can't really explain. But I didn't go wild for humor, for this kind of dark humor you see in this other film, Bad Lieutenant, part of Call Me Orleans. And people sense it and they accept it instantly. So I had a wonderful screening with a large audience. And hearing all the laughter and the response was wonderful. Here in this case, yes, I always had the feeling some things sound so strange and so absurd and so scary that you start to laugh, but a little bit only. It's a film where I wanted, you see, I wanted to do a strange form of, let's say, horror film, but don't take it literally. It's not a film where the murderer comes at you, the audience, wielding a bloody axe and scares you. I wanted to do a film where fear comes creeping up at you and you don't know where it comes from. It's an anonymous fear. And when he leaves, for example, his basketball, it's a very simple, totally unobtrusive moment, and yet it has something scary. And when he leaves his possessions behind, it's very...
Rank of the leading actors that you work with in ascending order of madness.
I can't, but all of them are magnificent, and I always make the very best out of them. Every single actor in my movies had his or her wonderful, great moments, including Kinski, the greatest pestilence on God's wide earth. He made 205 films, and the films that stand out, where he really performs magnificently, are the films we did together. So you name it. In a way, I think it's part of my profession, and I have it in me to cast films right, do with them the right things to entice them to be at their very, very, very best. And when it comes to madness or insanity, I wouldn't like to make some sort of a top 10 list. The craziest certainly even dwarfs started small. Nothing is comparable to that one. You probably haven't seen it because it was made too many years ago. Most of you were not even born yet when I did that one. But I think I can't really answer that question. I enjoy what I do, and I just try to be a good soldier of cinema.
The DVD of Even Dwarfs Started Small has commentary by Werner and Crispin Glover.
Yes, I remember that moment. Crispin is really good at that.
And just on a party question, you've been traveling quite a bit recently. You've been in Venice with your films, you've been Telluride. Where were you before Venice?
In India, I just listened to the story of a man for 5 nights and 4 days, so I didn't have much sleep. I have to apologize that I may not be completely focused and not capable to answer everything. And in the last 12 days where I was Los Angeles, India, Venice, Telluride, Los Angeles, and here I also opened my film school, Rogue Film School. It's so beautiful that I had to apply for a trademark for it. You can find it on the internet. And if you want to learn anything technical or how to make movies, don't even look at it, don't even apply, don't even bother. The only practical things you can learn there is how to do lock-picking professionally and how to forge shooting permits in areas that do not favor you as a filmmaker in their midst. So it's kind of guerrilla style and really rogue. So you can find it on the internet.
We had to have you come back to do a workshop, for sure.
Yeah, well, it's meant as a traveling circus at infrequent intervals. I will rent, let's say, a theater or maybe a conference center in a hotel, and then do a long weekend seminar, very intense, and with a very select group of young people who want to learn from me the rogue stuff. Okay.
Thank you very much.